Today I F up. Today I F up. I muted family chat on WhatsApp and ended up at a formal party dressed like a hobo. I tried to post this story a month ago, but I guess it was my newbie account, or too many mistakes, and it didn't go through moderation approval. I corrected it a little, maybe this time it gets published. Well, I don't use English daily, and I've always been terrible with past tenses. Also, I might be a bit drunk. Please forgive me for any mistakes. So basically, we have this family chat on WhatsApp. We mostly use it to exchange photos, links, and memes, but it's also kind of a bulletin board where people post announcements about upcoming family gatherings and events. When I joined, I muted it almost immediately because my phone kept blowing up with endless photos of kids doing kid stuff. I love my family, but at some point I was just done. I'm a terrible person, I know. Still, I've never worried about missing a party because my mom is super responsible and always calls me in advance to remind me. So this Friday, my mom called me. Mom, do you remember the housewarming party on Saturday? Me. The housewarming, what? Mom. John and Dorothy's party. It starts at 4 p.m. Check WhatsApp. Somewhere deep in my brain, a light bulb lit up. My cousins had discussed this party almost 2 months ago at the last family gathering, and oh right, I had agreed to come. So I decided to bake an apple pie. Everybody in my family loves apple pie, and it's quick and easy. You can't go wrong with a good apple pie. Unfortunately, I worked overtime on Friday and didn't finish until 7 p.m. That meant I had to buy apples from a big supermarket instead of the better quality ones at the market. I was still hoping to find some nice sour apples, the only ones suitable for baking. Well, of course, the supermarket had about 5 types of apples, none of them good for baking. I cursed under my breath, Googled the types I didn't recognize, and went with the least juicy ones. The next day, I baked the pie. It looked perfectly normal, great, so I was hopeful. At 4 p.m., the pie was packed, I was in my coat, and I was ready to go. The party had officially started at 4 p.m., but I was planning to arrive at 5 p.m., fashionably late, as always. I opened the WhatsApp group to check the address. Well, F. Dorothy had specifically asked everyone not to bring food because they had catering and didn't want anything to go to waste. Moreover, they'd shared a list of gift ideas on SharePoint. It was a fantastic list, including cheap options like €5 glasses from IKEA and more expensive items like a coffee set. Unfortunately, all the cheap items left were only available online, which wasn't an option for me. But there was one gift they wanted in unlimited amounts: plants. I thought, oh my god, great! They even included a list of plants safe for kids and pets, and a list of toxic ones. Reading the second list, I realized my 2 dogs and my cat were probably very lucky to still be alive, considering that every single plant I own is on the toxic list. When dressing for the party, I went full casual. What does that mean? Well, I have this 2-month-old pile of washed clothes sitting on my desk waiting in vain to be ironed. I don't even know what's at the bottom of the pile anymore. Each morning I dig through it, fish out some random clothes, grab 2 mismatched socks, and head to work. My family and coworkers know me, so they've learned to accept my hobo look. This day was no different. I chose gray leggings that had seen better days, a wrinkled white sweater, and 2 mismatched socks, one white, one gray with stripes. I hadn't washed my hair either, so I threw it into a greasy half ponytail with a random scrunchie. I didn't even bother brushing it. Looking like a true lady, I jumped into my car and drove to the nearest do-it-yourself store with a plant section. I found a plant from the safe list, all right. As a matter of fact, I might as well have walked into the store and yelled, "Give me the most expensive plant you have." It was a magnificent areca palm, tall as hell. I wasn't even sure it would fit in my car. €45. I was running really late and still needed a pot, soil, and lightweight expanded clay aggregate. The only nice pot I could find was €50. In total, with Lisa and soil, I spent €100 instead of €5 for IKEA glasses, like my clever cousin Johanna, who had claimed that item a month ago. So there I was, in my white sweater, in a freezing 3 degrees Celsius parking lot, repotting the effing areca. I finished, begged the areca not to die from the cold, and went to clean my hands, only to discover that my white sweater was no longer white. I tried to clean it, but that only left it soaked and covered in a massive muddy stain. Ah, perfect. But it's just my close family, right? They know me and accept me as I am. On the way to the party, some jerk cut me off and I had to slam on the brakes. Two things happened. The leftover bag of soil spilled all over the passenger seat, floor, and poor Areca. Most of the Areca's leaves broke off. Still, the pot was nice. I figured they could always replant something else in it. It's just my family, right? Well, wrong. I mean, I should have guessed. They did write that they ordered catering, and who the hell orders catering for 10 to 15 people, especially when it's just a housewarming party and supposed to be a small family gathering. So I entered my cousin's house and proceeded to the dining room. I effing froze. There were like 50 people there. All the elders were dressed elegantly, and the younger generations looked like they were heading to a business casual office party. And then there was me, standing there in my once-upon-a-time white sweater with greasy hair, mismatched socks, and a half-demolished plant in my hands. An evening to remember for sure. I will never, ever mute the family chat again. Edit. Okay, so a lot of you are furious about me disrespecting my family. Guys, I don't know you, but maybe the standards for dressing at a family party, formal or not, are different in my country, or maybe it's just my family. When you show up at a party, whether you're underdressed or overdressed, it's completely on you. You have to deal with it and bear the embarrassment. The hosts really don't care. It's not like we need to be in matching outfits for a photo or anything. You'd have to do something extreme like show up in an inflatable dinosaur suit or something to actually disrupt a party. I'm pretty sure that if my cousins had to choose between me coming dressed the way I did or not coming at all, they would 100% choose the first option. I want to reassure you that I only embarrassed myself and didn't ruin the party. Really. When Dorothy welcomed me and took the ruined Areca from my hands, she said, "Good, you arrived." We were worried something happened. And this? Pointing at the Areca. I need to hear this story. Top comments. I feel like every single step that went wrong in this story could have been prevented by stopping, taking a deep breath, and thinking for 5 seconds. It is a very nice gift, though, and the plant will grow back quickly over the summer. I'm sure they will appreciate it every time they walk past it at home. I think it's fine to mute a family chat. I've done the same. You just need to open it up regularly to check through the messages and make sure you don't miss anything important. Which you did, LOL, RIP. Have you been evaluated for ADHD? This isn't hobo, this is a general lack of care for your appearance. I'm a little appalled your post implies this is how you regularly show up to work. Depending on what you do, having so little care for your appearance can impact your future job prospects. Also, it's pretty rude for you to regularly show up to stuff with your family and friends looking like a total slob. There's a 99% chance they haven't actually accepted it. Like seriously, at what point did you think greasy, unwashed and unbrushed hair, old gray leggings, and a visibly wrinkled sweater were acceptable for a housewarming party? Or really for any kind of party at all? Come on, girl, get your shit together. Your mom isn't going to be around forever. Stop putting the emotional labor of maintaining familial relationships on her. It's not her responsibility to inform you of the contents of the group chat that you're already included in. The OP is an adult. They manage to work and pay their bills. They can manage to remember important events. I'm exhausted just reading this post, and I feel bad for the mom. Like, who leaves the house without brushing their hair? Why replant the plant in a planter? My socks never match, but they are under boots or covered by sneakers. Just buy all white socks at that point. It is really common for people to reframe their F-ups as funny misadventures. It's a coping mechanism for many people with executive dysfunction, learning differences, etc. OP obviously knows mistakes were made. That's why she's here. She wasn't standing in a room full of formally dressed family wearing a rag bag and thinking it was all good fun. She was mortified. She's only finding the humor in it afterwards. I guess I don't understand why people are coming for OP so hard. Love this story. Don't listen to these people hearing on you. My family don't care how I dress or how long my beard is. Only time my family says anything is when we go to a wedding and I want to go full black. This is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and would like to see more related content, click the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.